everyone! Sorry I haven't made a video in a really long time. It's just been, gosh, it's been quite heavy with everything going on, and you know, just trying to get prepared. I leave in 48 days. Everything else has just been really difficult, and I've just been under a lot of stress. So that's why I haven't been making videos, but I'm going to try to make more videos up until the time that I actually leave for basic. So this video is pretty much just going to be about what I did last week, which I'm still in recovery from it. Like, I'm still a little sore, but it was worth it. So when you enlist into the National Guard, you will, if you don't chip out within 30 days, which 9 out of 10 times you won't chip out less than 30 days, you will be entered into what is called RSP, which is Recruit Sustainment Program. And that pretty much just gets you prepared for basic. It gives you a little sample of what basic is going to be like. So it's not such a culture shock once you get to basic. RSP it's just the weekend. You go down Saturday, you come back Sunday. So it's like one full day and a half. And I'm actually going again because I leave next month, so I'll actually attend 2 more drills before I go, which I'm kind of excited and happy about, so they can actually get me in shape. And the funny thing was, when I was at home before I actually went to my first RSP drill, I had the worst time doing push-ups. Like, I was pretty confident in my sit-ups. I was like, yeah, you know, I got this. Once I got to RSP, I actually learned that I was actually pretty good at my push-ups. And push-ups were actually pretty good during my PT test, but my running was my challenge. And I'll get to that in a minute. So, after you enlist, you get a welcome packet from your recruiter, which I have right here. This is my cute little folder thing. And your recruiter will give you a welcome packet, which is this. Like, when he told me that I'm going to get a welcome packet, I'm thinking it's going to be like, you know, this cute folder with, I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be like, but I definitely didn't think it was going to be this, like, just welcome packet. Like, it's just, yeah. So, anyways, it basically just gives you a rundown of what RSP is, what they expect of you, what you should expect from your sergeants and your drill sergeant. It goes over sexual harassment and just general, I guess, welcome packet information. And then also at the back they give you a packing list, which, where is my packing list? My packing list, I have it all like scratched out because I went to RSP drill and I needed to know what I had. So basically it's just on a small scale of what you're going to be taking to basic with you, but not really. Like, you're going to need underwear, just the stuff that you would need, just is say you're going on a one-night trip somewhere, just an overnight, that's what you need, but double everything because you're going to get wet, dirty, and muddy. So that was pretty much it for the packing list, but I started packing like 4 weeks in advance. Once I found out my drill date, I started packing like the next day. It was ridiculous. I had a duffel bag sitting by my bed for like weeks. So anyways, we have to be there by 5:30. So of course, you know, I'm thinking, well, I need to get there earlier, so I got there around 5. Little did I know they wanted us to by 5:30 for accountability, and we actually left at 6. So I was waiting out there for an hour, but luckily I was, you know, in the car. It was freezing cold out there. There was only one other recruit that was standing outside in the cold. Everyone else was just kind of sitting in their cars, and so the nerves kind of kicked in. Everything just kind of kicked in because it was my first day, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything at all. Like, I didn't know where to go. I just followed the group of people. I didn't know anything. So I think that was the main part of my nerves, is that I didn't know what to do. We get outside. I go stand with them, and there's this guy there. Well, he's a recruit too, just like me. I think he's like a white phaser though. And so I went and stood, and he was like, "Oh, stand right here, stand right here." So I didn't know what to do, so I stood where he told me to stand. And so that was called formation. So everyone was lining up for formation. We all loaded the bus, and we loaded the bus at 6:05 in the morning is when we actually got on the bus. And it was about a 2-hour drive. Then we pull up at the camp, and the sergeant that was driving the bus was like, "Oh, have fun," and like laughed really sarcastically. So I'm thinking, this is going to be the worst ever. And so then drill sergeant was standing at the door, and he was just screaming. He was like, let's go, let's go, let's go, and he was screaming. And so like we all just like ran off the bus and ran into the camp. It was about 20 of us. I was the only female, and it was very awkward because I was the only female. But, you know, I have to get used to it. I'm in the military now, and we, you know, females are, you know, considered the minority. So that's something, I mean, I wasn't bothered by it. It was just kind of funny. After that, our platoon sergeant came up and he introduced himself to us. He's a really nice guy. And he told us to get rid of all of our contraband, which includes our cell phones. We put it in the envelope, and they locked it up, put it in a case, locked it up. So then after that, he just briefed us, gave us our general orders, how to recite the soldier's creed, you know, basic things like that. The paper that he gave us, I don't know if you can see it or not, and it just kind of gives us like the ranks, you know, which I already knew the ranks. I knew all the ranks and the pay grades already. I was just already studying in advance, which you should probably do, just so that you can be already advanced, because you're going to be under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, and it's better to go there knowing that they're going to give it to you and you're going to have to learn it. Why not learn it early? So then after we got our height and weight done, we had to do our PT test. We do a PT test at RSP just to find out where we are physically before we actually get to basic and take our real PT test. I did pretty good, you know, with my push-ups. I was actually shocked at myself of how many push-ups I did. And then the challenge came when we had to do the mile run. And I believe I ran for about 2 minutes, and I could not run for the life of me. That was my biggest challenge. And also on top of it being freezing cold outside and it being very difficult for me to run, it started hailing. Like big fat balls of like hail was just like, and it hurt really bad. It just felt like dog food. Like I felt horrible. I didn't want to do anything anymore. My platoon sergeant, before we went to chow, smoked so bad. We go to chow, and like I'm like, my body's like shaking. I think I'm gonna like have some type of like a weird muscle attack or something. So then we get to chow, and chow was actually pretty good. We had spaghetti, and we sat down, and then our platoon sergeant came in and was like, red face, you have 10 minutes. So we're like cramming our food, like, you know, white face had like 20 minutes, and we had like 10 minutes. So we're like cramming the food in our mouth, and I'm getting sick, and I'm like, you know, having to eat really fast, but I didn't really have an appetite. The drill sergeant got up and smoked the life out of us. Like, he told us to, because we're getting ready to go do drill and ceremony, and so he was like, go in the gym. So we walked to the gym. Don't ever walk. Don't ever walk. Seriously. So he called us back in, and he was yelling at us and screaming at us, and he was like, why are you walking? You know, you're not walking in the mall. And he smoked us, and we had to do like over our head claps. We had to do 100 of those, and my arms were killing me. Like, it was so horrible. And then he made us do like a whole bunch of push-ups, and it was horrible. And then after that, he was like, now go to the gym, and like everyone like booked out the door. Like, it was just run. Whenever they tell you to go somewhere, run. So we went in there, and he taught us drill and ceremony, how to stand at attention, at ease, you know, all of the different things like that. We went to chow again, met up with our platoon sergeant, and we went back to the classroom and kind of debriefed a little bit. They smoked us some more, and after that they sent us back to the barracks, and to, you know, lights out was at 9. They woke us up around 5. And they just banged on the doors, like they didn't come in or anything, and the lights came on. So then we woke up, and we had PT in the morning, so we just woke up. I already slept in, like most of everyone slept in their PT clothes. Like after you took your shower, you just slept in your PT clothes, because it's way easier. We went down there by 5:15, and we were standing outside in the freezing cold until about 6 o'clock, and we did our our morning like conditioning or preparation drills. And so then after that, which was fine, and then this is where like the worst thing came. We jogged to the beach. So then we jogged at a really slow pace, which I was really grateful for. The sergeant was driving behind us because it was still dark outside, so he had us like his bright lights on because we were running through like the dark abyss. Like there was like a swamp here and nobody knew it, and like this kid like fell in it, but he was okay. So the sergeant was like driving behind us, you know, with his lights, and like the music was like blasting super loud. I felt like I was like at a carnival or something. I didn't physically feel like I was, but I thought I was. So, so we jogged to the beach, which was about a mile, which really wasn't that bad, but once we got to the beach, that was bad. I thought we were going to jog to the beach, turn around, and jog back. No. So they thought, the green phasers thought it would be funny to smoke us on the beach. So what they did was we had to do Indian runs. They made us do those like a gazillion times, and so then after that, they made us like run like back and forth, like just run back and forth, just randomly. And then after that, the sergeant got out, and he told everyone to come here, so we went over there, and he was like, do you see that little tiny speck all the way down at the beach? And so we're like, yeah, kind of. He was like, that's Sergeant so-and-so, and he was like, go run to him. And so I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, we just got smoked. But so I walked. I didn't even bother running. I know it was like, come on, like, you know, put effort. I did. I'm really proud of myself because I'd never run. And I jogged that far to the beach. And, you know, I ran on the beach. That I just couldn't do. After we all got there, it was, by that time, it was 7:12. Yeah, it was 7:12. And he said, okay, it's 7:12. Breakfast or chow is at 7:30. He was like, you have like 15 minutes to get back to the barracks, shower, change your clothes, and get down to chow. He was like, because you don't want to miss chow. So then after breakfast, we went back to the classroom, and there was a lady from FRG that came there, and she gave us this cute little folder thing that has like a folder. I'm not going to take it out, but it has like information about your family. You know, if your family has questions, they can call, they can read the paperwork. They also gave us a paper on, it's like an ACE card, which is for if your battle buddy feels like they want to commit suicide and things like that, and how to help out your battle buddy. Just really good information. That's really helpful. After that, we just went back in for a final formation when our first sergeant came in and kind of like officially dismissed us. And it was really funny because our platoon sergeant was like, okay, we have to come up with like a motto or something for Red Phase. And so everyone's thinking, and like all the guys are coming up with like weird stuff like Star Wars and Star Trek and just weird stuff. So he was like, let's keep it simple. Let's just say Red Phase. So he was like, so when he says platoon, we say Red Phase. So when the first sergeant called out everyone, called out all the platoons, he was like, Red Phase platoon. So then, like, you know, our platoon sergeant stood there and he was like, Red Phase. And so we were supposed to say Red Phase, and like, no, everyone was like not even like with it. Like, I was like oblivious to everything because like my mind was like going like, I was like, I'm getting to go home, I'm sore, you know, everything was just like going through my mind. And I think it was the same with everyone else because no one said it. And we left him. I felt bad because he was like, dang it. But then after that, we went and got our sack lunch, and our sack lunch was amazing. And we got on the bus by 10:30 in the morning, so we were only, like, doing that for about 5 hours. And that was that. So RSP really wasn't as bad, but when you're in the moment and you are at your end and you can't do it, it seems hard. And what was helping me get through running to the beach was the fact that I looked to my left and I looked in front of me and I saw that everybody was doing it and people were having a tough time just like me. So that made me feel a lot better and gave me more motivation to do it because we're all doing it together. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I promise I will respond. I promise, 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 promise. So take care. I love you lots. Bye.